Hi everyone. As we all know, today 2025 prelims examination has been concluded, and uh, today we have with us Manoj sir, who has given prelims 3 times, and this is his fourth time, and he has qualified before. So we will ask Manoj sir about today's paper and take his inputs. Hi sir.
Hi ma'am. I'm glad to share my feedback about today's exam.
Thank
Overall,
you.
it was a very good experience.
Thank you, sir. And overall, how did you feel, sir? How was the paper?
So I feel paper one was moderate.
Okay. It is not too easy?
Not too difficult.
Okay.
It was manageable.
Okay.
And when it comes to CSAT, I felt it was a little bit more tough.
Tough. Okay. Like if you compare CSAT with 2023 paper, like how was the difficulty level? So compared to 2023, it was comparatively better. Why? Because passages are relatively easy. This time and mass part questions are little lengthy. Okay. Okay, so it is doable. Doable. Okay, and coming to GS paper, like if we see history questions, the number of questions has increased compared to previous years. So, what's the output like? So here we need to see some new trends where they have asked about non-cooperation movement. They are giving 4-5 statements, and they are asking you how many statements are correct. So they are giving in such a way that we can't clearly figure out whether it is connected to the non-cooperation or civil disobedience movement, or it is connected to both. So somewhere there is some ambiguity is there. So if it is 1, 2, 3, you can figure it out. But it's above only 1, only 2. Okay. So somewhere here comes the difficulty part. Even the question appears as if we all have read it, but while answering, the options were difficult. Difficult, yes. Okay. And coming to the polity part, like how was it? So, are there any direct questions, or is it analytical? Polity, there are no direct questions, but we can say there are conceptual questions. Let's say ordinance they have asked. They have asked about the judicial pardoning powers of president. Okay. They have asked about whether there is any mention of political parties in the constitution. Okay. But not direct like direct, article number and even they applied even conceptual. Suppose they gave separation of judiciary and executive, which comes under direct principle of state policy. Okay. Preserving cultural heritage. It is a fundamental duty. Like mostly it is a conceptual. Okay. Rather than direct questions, it is little bit analytical. If you are thorough with basic polity, you can do it. Okay. And what about economy, sir? Like, are there any questions from economic survey? They have not asked any questions from economic survey. Or I think only there is one question like from budget, which was like PM Surya Gar Muft Bijli Yojana. Like they have asked some schemes related to it, like Rashtriya Gokul Mission. And this time they have asked some like CSAT like questions to in GS paper. Okay. Like fiscal deficit, they have given some numericals and they ask you to find out what is the fiscal deficit. Okay. Match it. Okay. And gross primary deficit. Okay. So overall, economy is like easy, moderate, or hard? Easy to moderate. Easy to moderate. Okay. And coming to environment, the questions are almost similar. 12 to 15 questions in the environment part. So, is it more this time, sir, about the species, flora, fauna, biodiversity, or how is it compared to last year's? So, this time there is something new. Like they have asked some new questions, like application based. Okay. Direct air capture technology. More of technology based. They have given some hints in the answer, like they have used only, all, which can be a key eliminators. Okay. In the environment questions. Okay. Like even though you don't know directly, like you can eliminate all the options. Extreme. Okay. And geography and mapping part. I feel geography is doable only a little bit. And mapping, sir, world geography part mapping. So, I don't know exactly, but the places have been somewhere in the news, like Corsica, Italy. Somewhere this have been in the news, but I can't say they. Okay, but when they give these in the mapping in the options, I think it will become difficult to arrive at a single answer. Okay. And they have asked some NATO-based question. Which are the following countries are part of NATO? There are so many countries, so it is difficult to eliminate also. Which are the like Andes Mountain? Which are the following countries share boundary with Andes Mountain? Or which are the following lakes? That passing through the equator. I think it is very difficult to. I remember only Lake Tanganyika. Like something. Okay.
And they have asked even
I think those options are also very close.
very
difficult
close.
to eliminate precisely.
Yeah. They have even asked some NCERT question like in the NCERT we have one chapter like how the formation of Earth. Like
yes, yes.
South America and Western
Yes,
Africa has
the
similar
drift
patterns.
theory, continental drift
They
theory.
have picked exact statements
From NCERTs, yes.
And they have applied the conceptual knowledge like that's change the tilting of axis.
Yes,
and
sir.
they have asked such a question that the 6th class book, NCERT, dateline, international dateline.
Yes, sir. I think there are 3-4 questions directly from NCERTs.
NCERT.
If we read, I think if we understand them, we can answer that. And in environment also, I saw these questions based on flora and fauna matching. I think they are also from 11th, 12th of NCERT books.
But I have not read it, so I ignored that question.
Okay, fine. And what about current affairs, sir, this time?
So current affairs, I think this time current affairs played a major role.
Okay.
I think like let it be sports or let it be like they have asked about the International Bank for Education Development, and they have asked even about the nature-based lending. Okay. We can say that they have international Coco competition.
Yes, chess and Coco. I think they have been in the news since last year.
But chess has been the most in the news.
Everybody are following. But like, is it easier to attempt in the exam?
So yes, it was easy. So our Indian had defeated the Chinese person, but they gave the Russian person. Okay. So you can eliminate it. Okay. And then the English, it's guessing. Made some intelligence. Yes. Become right. Okay. And so basically, elimination, we can use elimination techniques, but we should be smart. Smart enough. Yeah. So I will tell you another technique. Like there is a question about BRICS summit. Indonesia is not a full-time member. And the third line, if you see, the theme is multilateralism. But they given the multiculturalism. Acha, okay. So like, so if you read that sentence properly, you can figure it out. This is wrong. Wrong. Okay. So even though it seems as a easier question, or even though it seems that we have read it, every word. You have to read it carefully. Yeah. Okay. I think with the easy paper, this is only the toughest part. More of silly mistakes. There's a lot more chance to do silly mistakes. Yeah. And so after analyzing the whole paper, do you see any relevance of previous year questions? Yes, definitely. Like I will tell you, they have given some matching. Like, the name of the state and how it is connected. It has given 2 national parks, Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Or Tripura, it is a formerly princely, like some part C, something they have given. And yesterday I was going through some previous question paper. Then it was given some silver cloud thinning, some technique. That cloud seeding technique. Yes. This time they have asked directly. Yeah. But they have added one extra word. Silver iodide plus potassium iodide. Yeah. So I got confused. I marked it nitrate. Okay. So, like, even though the question appears easy, the options are tricky. Half part we know and half part we don't know. Yeah, 50% we are arriving at a 50% correct answer. Yes, and 50% we can't. Okay. So, like, according to you, what could be the cutoff, sir? The range of the cutoff? So the cutoff will be around 80 to 90, 80 to 87 range. It will be 80 to 87 for general category. For result category, it will go even down. Okay. We are seeing that questions are appearing easy. Like GS1 is little bit like not that difficult. Maybe easy to moderate if we categorize. But when it comes to cutoff, why can't it be around 90 or 95, sir? So I will tell you why. The statement-based questions, no, they are the most trickiest part. We know that statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct, statement 3 is also correct, but they are asking in such a way that both statement 2 and 1 are correct, explaining, but only one explains the statement 1. Okay. So here comes the question. There is the statement. I think in my CSAT question paper, the last 50% of the questions are the statement 3 statement questions where it is difficult. In CSAT? Okay. In the GS paper, where it is difficult to come at a clear conclusion, even though we know the answer. Okay. So, if we consider CSAT as CSAT on the tougher side, then the cutoff may come down. That's another possibility. Okay. So overall, 85 to 90 we can say.
Yes.
85 to 90. And what are your learnings, sir, from this exam?
So
what is your advice for 2026 people?
So we should always have some doubts. Suppose I am reading cloud thinning. We have to go beyond it and learn something.
We have to search
on ourselves. So we should not rely on some material given by some institute. So we should have some enthusiasm to learn. So this time they have asked about physical deficit, some numericals. Next year they can ask about some polity. What is the percentage of cabinet ministers in a particular assembly, this MLAs?
If there are these many members, like how
are we going?
How can we calculate cabinet ministers from that?
15%. We can ask that way also.
Okay.
And we can't ignore NCERT. We can't. And they have asked like Gandhi Peace Prize because in 2020, long before some news we are there picking up, which are old international. North-South Transport Corporation.
It's been in the news from past 3 to 4 years.
Because it is past news. But they have asked it. In BIMSTEC, they have asked.
Okay.
So we need to keep a balance of. We have to keep the preparation
continuous. Okay. And even though, like, if we are looking at a topic, I think we have to go a little bit depth. Not just the 4 or 5 lines provided by the institutes or any other material. We have to search on our own and read
it.
Yes. Thank you, sir. How did you write, sir?
So it was a good attempt.
Good attempt. Okay. Congrats, sir. Thank you.
Have a good day.